Midnight Double Feature presents Bad Crystal, a Breaking Bad podcast. On this episode, we bring you Season 1, Episode 3, And the Bags in the River, written by Vince Gilligan and directed by Adam Bernstein. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Bad Crystal. I'm here with my main man, Colin. Colin, how you doing? What's happening?
Blow, blow, blow. I love that sliding steel guitar at the beginning of this show. It's addicting now.
So beautiful.
I'll skip the intro on fucking anything. Stranger Things. I don't care. I'll be like, boop, goodbye. I listened to that enough. But when Breaking Bad comes on, I leave the intro. No, I'm good, buddy. I've just been vibing to the beginning of this and our theme music as well. Like, I love that kind of vibe. I really dig it.
It's so good. And like, you know, if they don't overdo it, because we didn't really talk about the theme song, I think, on episode 1, but like, it's so minimalistic. Like, you know, like there's no, you know, it doesn't go on for like 8 years like the Game of Thrones, one.
Or it's not like Hell on Wheels. It's like that fucking Bon Jovi song, like, shoot me. I can fucking hate this.
I know you hate Bon Jovi, but fuck you. Guys, thank you so much again for joining us here on Bad Crystal. This is our third episode into Season 1 of Breaking Bad that we're going to dive right into. Socials, you know, we are a Midnight Double Feature podcast. You can find us in the After Party on Facebook. That's 3 words, the After Party. We'll be having conversations about Bad Crystal and our other podcast, Midnight Double Feature, on that page, and that's where our community loves to get together and talk all things movies and TV shows. We're also on Instagram, which is at Midnight Double Feature, and Twitter, which is at MDF Pod. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, it's midnightdoublefeature@gmail.com. And please remember to stop by to rate and review us on iTunes. We are a new podcast here at Bad Crystal, so we would love to get your reviews and thoughts and criticisms and whatever you have to say.
Let me translate this for Zoheb real quick. Please, please,
let me know. Feedback fuels me. But yeah, please stop by and rate and review us on iTunes. That'd be fantastic. Colin, this is a big episode. A lot happened in this episode, but at the same time, compared to a lot of other shows, not much happens. Like, we see a lot of character growth in this particular episode, and, you know, some characters struggling with some hard decisions and things like that. Before we do dive into your thoughts on this episode, let's quickly go over like the not what happened in the entire episode, the last one, but where we are. So we're dissolving this guy Emilio in the bathtub, right? And it goes to shit, right? So Jesse's not listening to I was about to say Brian, to Walt. we get this fucking disaster horror movie, right?
It's like a failed game of Operation where your goal is to put all the pieces back. It's like trying to put the person back together again. Yeah, it's disgusting, man, and it's so gory, and it's nothing like, you know, watching a horror movie where there's just blood there's blood everywhere because it was like in a liquid state as well. Like, it's the worst way that I think of this body to clean up a dead body. Like, it would be easier if you were chopped into solid bits, you know, but he's like, yeah, it's like when you have one of those like one of those like popsicles that are in the tube, and like not on the stick, it's like at the bottom where it's still kind of a solid, but not really. Like, it's like, it's this like chicken soup for the meth head kind of like gross like thing, man. I hate it.
Man. And if you watch it again as well, like when you see the thing fall through like the ceiling, you can see like the partially dissolved torso. It's kind of like a turkey at Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
you know?
I think last week I was like, it looks like a fucking hot dog.
It's so fucking gory, man. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, God damn, that is that they're able to show that on TV. I can't believe that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where we left off, Jesse and Walt. Let's get into your thoughts on this episode. This is kind of like we're tying up like this sort of arc with Crazy Eight and Emilio.
Right.
It's kind of like a little bit of a subplot in this first season here. What were your thoughts?
I dig it. I think it's kind of like the hero's first like trial, I guess. It's like the first kind of obstacle that he's really come across. Like, so it seems like, as I'm getting the vibe of this, is like for the 1 inch of success, there's like 10 miles of shit. So it's like, yes, you can cook, and yes, you are actually awesome at cooking. But, and here's all of like the, and he's writing the list of pros and cons. Like, the one pro is that you're getting all of this money. The con is like all of this other shit. So I think it's really interesting in terms of like character development, but also, like you said,
It's
kind of
it's
art.
the other way. It's the other way. So the list is like there's all these pros. Oh, sorry. There's all these like reasons for killing him.
Right.
Not killing him. Yeah. Sorry.
Right. I mean, like in terms of just the whole thing of like pros and cons of the entire scenario of like, well, pro is my family's going to get a shit ton of money, but these are all the problems. And it seems like for that bit of success, we've only had 1 minute of like, yeah, like we did it. And then the rest of it has just been a plane that just is going like nosedive for way too long. Like it's almost comical at this point. Like just how, just a plane going straight into the fucking sun or something. And it's just getting progressively somehow worse and worse. And like, I thought that like they were going to get a knock on the door from like fucking Jehovah's Witnesses or something. And it was going to get like super silly. But it's awesome because you get a little bit of everybody. You get Hank, you get Walt Jr., you get Sky, you get like all of the major characters in this episode that I've seen so far. Well,
this episode really like fleshes out I think it fleshes out the supporting characters, right? So like Hank and Marie,
right?
And then like you said, like Walt Jr. and stuff. Like it really, like while also closing out the sort of like subplot here in the first 3 episodes, like we really kind of like get a sense of like the relationship between the supporting characters too.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's a huge turning point for Walt as a character. I mean, literally, there's there's no turning back after this point. Like once you do this, it's almost like a gangland initiation. It's like once you do this, like you're fucking in. And we get a lot more of a character who's literally, if she were a real person, I would punch her in the fucking face. Is Marie? I cannot, dude. There is something like a person like that who's so like narcissistic and like negative brings out a very awful part of me that I'm like, I just hope you die. I hate you. I feel like
the kids call that kind of character today a Karen.
Yes, I can't fucking stand like her character, but it's also an awesome character at the same time. It's not like Tony Soprano's mom bad. I mean, I'd say Tony Soprano's mom is way worse than she is. But I've only like 2 episodes in. And it's just this smarmy, I fucking know everything and I know better and blah, blah, like kind of attitude.
Tony Soprano's mother like goes like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like she is like grating, but like honestly, like the way they flesh that character out in that show. And I know we're not here talking about Sopranos, but I can't you just like you're talking about one of the best shows of all time.
She's a bad motherfucker.
She is the baddest motherfucker.
I dig it, but I like this episode a lot. I think it's cool. Literally, you get to see the entire cast of characters. We get a little bit, like you said, a little bit more of each character fleshed out, but then also it's this huge kind of turning point. And, it's interesting seeing Walt as he's doing this, just like teeter-tottering. Like literally, he's piling stones up to one side and piling stones up to the other and just seeing which one weighs more or less. And I think there's something interesting that it doesn't really matter because in the end, it was just like, well, he'll kill you and your whole family. And it's like, yep, it is what it is. Get down there and fucking do it. I do think it's interesting, though. There is something that when he goes to kill Crazy Eight, that I feel like the whole, like, give him a piece of the plate to, like, as a weapon, it kind of justifies Walt a lot more because then it becomes self-defense. And it's like, okay, like they at least had to throw that in there. So it's like, well, if he didn't do it, he would get killed. And it's like, I don't know. It's debatable. I don't know. I think there's an interesting kind of, a lot of meat on that bone. Yeah.
No, absolutely, man. I think you definitely hit the nail on the head. Watching this episode for the 4th time, this is my 4th time going into this show. I appreciated this episode so much more. Like, this is now to me one of my favorite episodes in the entire show, and it's like already here at episode 3. Like just seeing how much Walt has to wrestle, but not only that, just how like if you watch this episode a second time and you know that Crazy Eight has that plate shard, like while they're having this conversation, like you know, like you kind of like start to think how much of this is genuine on Crazy Eight's side,
Right.
like how much, like does he actually want to get out of here? Like, will he actually grant Walt the whole, you know, I'll never speak of this again? Like, you know, is he telling the truth? Like, there's just so much of that the second go around when you're watching it, and you're just like, wow, is this like me knowing coming into this with the information that he has that shard? Like, it's just so much more heightened, that conversation, and I can't wait to get to that conversation, dude. Like when they actually like talk about their histories and their past. But yeah, man, I think this is an absolutely fantastic episode. There's some great highlights here, man. Like, I'll never forget the first time I saw that scene with Hank and Junior as they rock up to the Crystal Palace, and you got that prostitute Wendy. Oh my god, just beautiful, dude. Fantastic acting moment from Dean Norris, man. So good. But what do you say we'll get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So the episode title actually comes from it's part of the previous episode's title, where that episode was titled "The Cat's in the Bag." This one is titled "And the Bag's in the River." Comes from the 1957 film "Sweet Smell of Success," where a character reports that he resolved an issue. So you got one character in that episode, his name's JJ, he says, "That means you've got a plan. Can you deliver?" And the other character, Sydney, says, "Tonight before you go to bed, the cat's in the bag and the bag's in the river." So it's kind of like a confirmation that you know, Walt is going to kill Crazy Eight. It's kind of like already there in the title if you link those together.
Right.
Just a little cool, clever thing that I think Gilligan just ended up throwing in there. So we get this, like, you know, we saw it in the last episode, the beneath shot under the tub. Oh
yeah, I dig that, man. Dude. I love that.
Just so good, man. As they clean up the Crazy Eight sludge.
Ugh. Maybe so they're like vacuuming it up, or they have really big straws. They're like,
fucking crazy, dude. And Walt is reminded of a moment where he's talking to this beautiful woman as he's teaching her all of the elements that the human body's made of. Of course, this is all intercut with them cleaning Emilio's remains. Dude, him picking up Emilio's jaw.
I don't. My thing is, I don't really like the whole flashback thing. I guess it's him in like college or some time ago, whenever. And he's like writing stuff on the blackboard, and I was like, I feel like this scene would have a lot more impact on me if it were him like in front of his classroom teaching. And be like, and this is iron. And it's like, there's something about like the juxtaposition of like high school respected educator to like dissolving bodies in a bathtub. Like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. I don't know. I just didn't really dig like this whole like flashback younger sequence kind of thing. I just wish they'd said it like in his like a previously, but like in his classroom. I think that would be cool.
I like that. I like your take. But do you think the flashback is a way to introduce a new character? Maybe.
Oh shit. Yeah. I guess I thought she was just some fucking, I was like, okay, well, it's probably, I mean, what am I picking up? Probably his girlfriend, college girlfriend, blah, 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 date for a little while, and they just happen to be, you know, have a lot of shit in common. I didn't really think about her being like another character because there was nothing really. I mean, she's in it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, she's in a very brief. I'm not nudging you in a particular direction, but it's like, you know, she definitely is like you kind of get like a whole romantic situation.
Yeah,
like a vibe. I mean, like, I don't know. It kind of like did show me that. Yeah, he is like, you know, it is juxtaposed, like, you know, this teacher teaching a student in like kind of like this really weird sort of like, it seemed like dreamlike, like the whole blue kind of like tint, and like I like the whole, man, I love when they go into it. They're just like, you know, the whole thing adds up to 99.8 blah 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 %. You know, we're missing. Oh, sorry, we are 0.11% shy, and then like he kind of like thinks about it. As we cut to Walt dumping fucking Emilio down the toilet. Like, yeah. I just love that whole kind of like bookend. I love the bookend, dude. Like, I love that it's kind of like, what is the missing part of that 0.11%? And are we going to find out what it is through the episode? Like, is it the soul?
Well, yeah. Well, I also think that also kind of links up to the plate earlier. It's just like finding the last missing piece of what makes 100% of this thing. And then here you look and it's like once you see the chunk of plate missing and you're like, oh, that's fucked up. And it had me think, oh shit, like here's 90 something percent of this plate, but there's this one chunk missing. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
It's slick. And then we get the title card, right? And we're straight back to Marie complaining about the shoes, right? Good God.
Yeah. I don't. You know what? I'm 30.
If Colin gets convicted or put on trial for a murder, then this is the evidence. This is the evidence being recorded right now.
I'm 30. I just don't have the energy anymore. I just know that you're a fucking bitch and I hate you, and that's it. I can't do anything else. No, thank God. I mean, I know there's real people like this, but thank God this is a fictional character. At least I know this one isn't real. I'm sure she's a lovely woman, and she's at home listening to the podcast, like, wow, that guy really, really hates me.
There's people out there, but no, there are people out there who are very much like Marie. Like one of the things that Breaking Bad does so well is create relatable characters. And I'm not saying really in Walt, there's no one who kind of, I think I remember seeing once that there was a report about a teacher who got diagnosed with cancer and then he started making drugs.
Yeah.
But there's no, most of the characters like Junior, like Hank, outside of the federal agency stuff, they are kind of relatable. Even Skylar, the whole divorce, Skylar's an annoying character, but in the context of a relationship and the context of a wife, the things that she says are relatable.
Well, and redeemable. I think that there's things that Marie and Hank are just kind of like, wow, you guys are kind of pieces of shit. And it's you guys don't have I haven't seen a lot of redeeming qualities out of them yet. Hank, maybe he's kind of cool. He's cool with Walt Jr. So we'll get to one part.
We'll get to one part with Hank where he is. I stood up and I'm just like, fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, Yes. Okay, cool.
So redeeming. But I love how Walt Jr. answers his phone. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" And this Skylar's put off by this because it reminds her of of Jesse
having a flashback.
Right, and Skylar floats the pot concept to Marie. Right, I perhaps tried it. It made me more serious. Is that not the most on point reaction to what someone like Marie would have to marijuana?
Yeah, well, I mean the whole reaction of and don't get me wrong, Skylar's a terrible liar, and she's I think that Marie can see right through it. But the fact that Marie's she literally has nothing besides what has happened in front of her in the last 15 seconds, and she's like, it's Walt Jr. and it's that guy Lewis, and he's selling him drugs, and it's oh my God, literally
jumping to conclusions, leaping to conclusions.
Right, she is just 5 years up ahead of the anti-vaxxer movement. That's where she's 5 years before it, and it's
I nearly spat my water, dude. I nearly spat my water.
She fucking is, man. She's one of those. I'm like, that's fine. Shit. But it's just. Yeah, it's the jumping to conclusions without any evidence, and just, it's almost like the hysterical, Karen's mom and Goodfellas. Where have you been all night? Not that bad, but it is still dude, back the fuck up. I can't stand a parent that's like that. I think, God, my fucking mom is just well, you're a grown man, and you make your own choices and decisions. I'm like, that's thank you. That's fucking awesome. Thanks, Mom. I can't 100%. I can't fucking stand people like this. It makes me violent. I'm I hate it.
They're the worst. They're the absolute worst. But here's the thing. If you were a lady around the age of Marie, and you were you put in the situation, I could see, it comes from a place of care, right? It comes from a place of genuine, I guess, concern. We are a close, tight-knit family, so I'm going to, stick my nose in here. The nosy part of it is the part that is, what the fuck? But it still, comes from a place of, I care about you.
Totally disagree. I think that that is what she would say if someone's like, you're just being a bitch and nosy and just making shit up. It's like, I'm worried about him. No, you're fucking not. Like, no, you're not. You just want to feel like you're jumping. Yeah, I don't think so at all. Like, I think I think she's set up as such a harsh character that she'll have to have redeeming moments later on in the show. And that I think Hank will have a moment probably where you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, that's really fucked up, because you kind of like Hank, like, right off the rip. He can be kind of a dick and kind of crass, but you kind of like him. So I think that it'll eventually kind of pull more, like, you've got Marie on one side and Hank on the other, and I think they'll kind of like sync up a little bit more, where it's like one's not as good and one's not as bad as you think, if I'm making predictions.
It's also kind of highlighted, especially in this episode, because we find out that she's also a kleptomaniac, right? Like, she's...
Right. I actually remembered that from when I had a friend watching the show, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. She's a fucking thief.
That's awesome. There's a moment here when they're hosing each other off, and, dude, all I could think of was Pulp Fiction, right? Like, when they're, like,
dude,
when they're
100%.
hosing each other off, and they're in, like, the little pools. That's good stuff. Jesse smokes a bowl of crystal on his toilet while Walt tends to Crazy 8 downstairs. Crazy 8 tries to... Hell yeah. Crazy 8 tries to guilt trip Walt about the bike lock and tells him to kill him or let him go. And Crazy 8 says he doesn't have it in him. And turns out Crazy 8 knows Walt's name. And dude, I love, like, Crazy 8 trying to manipulate Walt into turning on Jesse, and it works for the most part, right?
Yeah, like, you can see him being, he knows that he's not going to be able to, like, just strong arm his way out of here or call his cousin and go, like, run up on somebody. Like, he's like, dude, I have to be like, Jesse knows who I am, and Jesse knows what I'll do. This guy doesn't, and this guy is in way over his head. And he for some odd reason doesn't think that I'm just gonna, like, rip his fucking eyes out when he unhooks me from this thing. And I'm like, and again, this guy tried to kill you first. Like, this guy was going to kill you, and it's like, I just don't understand. Like, maybe I'm just
had you at gunpoint, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, walk in there and shoot that motherfucker, dude. I know I would be like the worst criminal in the world, because I would just be like, well, this person threatened to kill me and I'm just going to kill them. And it's like, but you have to, like, stay calm about that stuff. Like, you can't just go in and start killing people just because of this shit. But, you know, that's the thing is, ultimately, it's going to lead back to the fact that you just cannot let this person go. There's no way. Like, you can believe all the shit that you want and have all the heartfelt moments that you want, but at the end of the day, what brought you together is not those heartfelt moments. It's this violent interaction, and that's where you started is where you're going to end up. It's not you starting as friends and ending up as friends. It's not the way this shit is going to work.
Yeah, I mean, like, that the outset of your relationship is what defines your relationship, for sure. Mm-hmm. Dude, Walt goes upstairs and finds Jesse smoking the bowl, and they get into it, right? Get off the toilet!
Dude, I love Bryan Cranston's angry voice.
So good, man.
He slings fucking Aaron Paul with one. He grabs him by 1 foot and slings him off the toilet. And I laughed so hard, and I was like, wow, Bryan Cranston's kind of strong. And then later on, I watched Jesse climb into the car, and it's like, that little motherfucker, dude, he's so small. Like, that dude is like... That dude is on the cover of a children's cereal box, man. That he is. I was like, what a small ass dude. I tried to do that. I'd have, like, hernias or something, dude. I was like, there's no way. I'm too fucking tall.
It's so good, man. But, like, I also really like the really slapsticky nature of, like, them kind of like fighting. Like, if you film this another way, it could be like a very serious, like, altercation, like a very serious fist fight. But instead, it's kind of like this, like, you know, Three Stooges kind of like, get off the toilet situation, you know? It's great. It's good stuff. Well,
it's two guys that don't know how to fucking fight, just squabbling. And that's I don't know, it's amazing. And he's like this is you don't make 40 grand if you smoke all of it. I'm like, oh, that's so good, man. I love that.
Good stuff. Walt has a coughing fit as they race down the stairs, and it's like his body literally won't let him do this, right?
That's hard to watch, man. See him just go, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
But again, man, just a testament to Bryan Cranston's, like, acting, man.
Dude, 100%.
You didn't follow my instructions. Oh, well, Heil Hitler, bitch.
And he puts a little mustache up.
Holy shit, dude. It's so good. But yeah, like Jesse has rules. Like, you know, Jesse's not like he's not a madman, right? Because like he goes on about like how this coin flip is sacred, right? Like he's so into it. He's so into like that element of it. He's like, I did this, which means you must do this. Like, you know, there's like no compromises.
No, dude, one of my mottos in my, yeah, no, 100%. One of my mottos in my 20s and still even into my 30s is playground rules are the only rules that matter. Like they're fair, they're unbiased, you know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. Like everybody has these childhood games that determine who is it and how you draw sticks or you do inky, peeky, ponky, daddy had a don. Do you have any of these in Australia? Like, do you guys have like little, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
is any of this
absolutely.
Okay.
No, absolutely. But I mean,
I was wondering. I was like, "Holy shit!"
To a lawyer. So.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, I wanted to make sure. I was like, "Wait a minute." But no, I love that. And he's like, "We flipped a coin. We fucking agreed on it.
Yeah,
own up to it. You know, your word is your bond."
Gentleman's agreement, right?
Right, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. And then we find out that Marie's a kleptomaniac, right? This dude, this shoe woman is fucking. The saleswoman is terrible. Like she's talking on the phone about some party and shit. Like, fuck off.
She looks like
What do I pay you for?
She looks like Tara Reid ate Jessica Simpson. Like,
no. She looks like Tara Reid now.
Oh man, poor Tara Reid. She had like I liked her in shit growing up, and it's like, man, you really like you pulled a Lindsay Lohan that even Lindsay Lohan couldn't do. That's crazy. That's interesting.
But out Lohan.
Yeah, but no, the thing is, I don't think Riri really wants to steal these shoes. She does it just out of spite because she's petty. And it's like, God, you're a fucking asshole,
She does
man.
it out of revenge. I feel like she really, like, if the saleswoman was very attentive, and, you know, I don't think she would have done this.
Right. That shows how narcissistic someone is, of just being like, well, you didn't roll out the red carpet for me, so I'll just walk out with a free pair of shoes. And it's like, God, I loved seeing, that deleted scene where they slammed her into the concrete and arrested her after having a macer and shit. And that's amazing. That's a good scene.
Dude, when Marie's on the phone and then Hank just out of nowhere goes, hey, sit sit your ass down, comprende? Oh my God, man. Like, just hear, because you don't see him, like, you hear him say it first, and it's just like, that's fucking hilarious, man.
Right. Well, the comparison between what's going on, like, she's like, Hank, are you listening to me? And he's like on the job, arresting people, and she's like bitching about some made up story and a pair of shoes, and you're like, this is fucking pathetic, man. Like the juxtaposition between what he's doing, but also it's kind of fucked up. He's just so chill. Like, hey, what's going on, babe?
Yeah. No, literally, I wrote this in my notes, dude. He's like, hey, sit down, sit your ass down, comprende? And then he's like, I'm back, baby. What's up?
Yeah. It's like so unbelievably unprofessional. It's like, it just breaks that, like, I don't know, like the tough guy cop persona. It just breaks this kind of like, man, what a dork.
Getting back to it, it is unbelievably unprofessional, but it also tells us kind of like how long Hank has been on the force. Like, you know, to be comfortable enough to be able to do this, to be able to speak to Marie very casually on the phone, you know, and not fazed by the separation of it all.
And how high up is he like a sergeant? Do they ever actually say like what he is?
Yeah, so he's this, I can't remember. He's not a sergeant. They have like different kind of like, so we'll get to it. We're not far from finding out. Yeah,
okay,
it's actually a plot point. Marie tells Hank that Junior is smoking pot. She strongly inferred it.
Jesus.
Dude, you want to know how out of touch Marie is? When she asks fucking Hank to show Junior autopsy photos of a pot overdose.
Yeah. That's the funniest thing, is hearing about someone talking about pot and pot overdoses and stuff like that. Like the 2016 presidential campaign, he was independent candidate Gary Johnson, and he actively was like, I eat edibles. He's like, I stopped right before we're doing the election and stuff. He's like, but I ingest like edibles. And this woman was like, what would you say to all the women out there who lost their sons due to drugs or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he just fakes a heart attack on stage. And he's like, pot has nothing to do with that. And it's like, oh my God, it's fucking hilarious to watch. But like, that's immediately what triggered this in my mind, which is like, it's a gateway drug. You do pot, you'll snort cocaine, and all of a sudden you'll be, shitting on hookers and beating up little kids. It's like an arm wrestling pirates and weird shit.
It's funny, man. Like, people just associate the word drugs with death immediately, right? So, like, some people don't even know that literally the paracetamol that you can buy over the counter or at like a supermarket is drugs. Like,
right.
It's just
or alcohol or caffeine or
exactly.
like anything.
Just the fact that marijuana is regulated and illegal, regulated now, but illegal back then, people like immediately are like, okay, so it's dangerous then. Well, that's not the case.
No, not at all. No.
But look, man, we get to the Crystal Palace, which is my second favorite scene in the entire fucking episode, dude. I love this scene.
Ugh.
Oh man, this place looks like my ass crack.
This looks like so many places in, like driving an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours, and you're going on a trip somewhere and you stop in like a shitty Motel 8 because you're 19 and you have $67 and you're like, oh my God. And you find like, I remember going to a place like this and finding like droplets of blood on the sheets and be like, oh God, what are we doing here, dude? We got to get the fuck out.
Up.
It's so fucked up, dude.
Blood too, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm probably crawling with some crazy shit right now. But no, there's so many places like this because from where we've been to Alabama, Kentucky, like Georgia, shit like that. It's like, oh man, you have no idea how dirty something can get until you find like a Motel 6, like in Alabama. It's like, it's so gross, man.
So I've heard of Motel 6. Is that like a chain of motels? They're
like a chain of there's like Motel 6, Motel 8. There's like a bunch of bunch of them. So many of them now. Like there's a shit ton of them.
Poor Walt Jr. though, right? I thought we were going to Cold Stone Creamery. But this is a very fatherly moment. It's interesting because it's not with Junior's father, right? Like let's think about Walt right now. Where is Walt right now? Like he is back at Jesse's place arguing and fighting with Jesse, like literally over the meth.
Yeah, I think there's something interesting about like what Walter is doing where it's like, dude, he is the real deal. Like this is what's going on, and as you start realizing what everything else happens, like Skylar, all she knows is marijuana, and it's not everybody else are just like chasing these crazy ideas around and have no idea what's really going on. And it's so interesting to see Skylar be like, oh, it's marijuana. And then the marijuana turns into Walt Jr. and the Walt Jr. turns into Hank, like having like a sit down with him. And it's like they're chasing these crazy ideas of what's going on just based off the word of one horrible woman named Marie. And that's what I'm saying. Like all of this dirt kicked up for just one thing. And I'm like, it's so dumb, man. But it's so funny to see what's really going on versus like, oh yeah, there's probably, the kids are probably smoking pot now. Like, no, the dad is cooking meth. Like it's a lot worse.
You don't know the extent of this. Absolutely. But oh dude, when Wendy walks over, man, I love Hank is just so alpha male. What's your name, sweetheart? How much you charge for a Wendy?
What a fucking asshole, dude. I hate Hank right here. You're a fucking piece of shit, dude.
He's so jock, dude. Like, he's just such a high school quarterback footballer. Like, like you're on the pipe or on the needle, and he identifies pipe by looking at her teeth. And then he's just like, you ever smoke anything else, Wendy? Sausages don't count. Like,
what a fucking prick.
Such a prick, man. Like, but it's just such like a there's a few elements to like the way he acts towards Wendy. Like, there's him trying to act alpha in front of Walt Jr., right? Like trying to be like, this is my domain. I am the king here. And then there's also like, this is my job kind of thing, right? So this is literally like, I've met Wendy before. Like, quite clearly they've seen each other before.
Really?
So it's kind of like,
I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, really? I don't know. I feel does he ask for a name? I think he does. Maybe not then. I
don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he probably, because she spots him. She just knows he's a cop. And I'm like, how the hell did she know he was a cop? It's like, man, because he said, I'll bust you next time, like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's driving like this Hummer looking car and shit.
Yeah. Interesting. But dude, one of my favorite moments in this entire episode is when Wendy asks, well, she's asking whether he's retarded, right? She's saying, "What are you, retarded or something?" Hank standing up for Junior, right? Like Hank immediately fires back with, "He's a quarterback. He broke his leg playing football." Like I love that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hesitation to it at all. Like, it's just like, no, I'm going to stand up for my fucking nephew right now.
Well, if you want to let him live a lie, Hank, that's fine. Let him live that lie. It's cool. As someone who's I don't have any kids, but I'm an uncle to several nieces and nephews. It's like, yeah, that's definitely something I'm like uncle approved. Like, I dig that.
Nice. Good stuff. But yeah, Junior thinks that all of this is cool, right? And like, dude, the look on like Hank's face, like as he's just defeated, he's just like,
well, because they're expecting Junior's like guilt to get it, and when he's like, "So what's going on, man?" Hey guys, like I love Walt Jr.'s vibe to this because he's just so chill, and she's like, "Man, this is cool. What are we doing here?" Like, and Hank is so over the top where he's like, "Do you want to wind up in a grave someday? Do you want to?" Where wolves will come by and eat the flesh off your ass cheeks and have sex with you while you're unconscious.
Defeated.
And Walt Jr.'s like, "I don't know, I thought we were getting ice cream, man." Like,
he's so innocent, dude. It's fantastic. It works so well. Hank
is Rick and Junior is Morty. It's like, oh, I don't really know. Morty, you get your fucking ass back into that.
We see Wendy head back up to this apartment, right? And who is she shacked up with, Colin?
Oh, dude, this was disgusting. I hated watching this, man. And and for one thing, it's the guy off Lucky Charms. No, I'm just kidding. It's terrible. But I mean, it's very like, oh, that's coincidental. That's interesting. It really is just so coincidental, but it is cool. It's neat. I like that. It's kind of like Stephen King does that a lot in his shit, where like certain characters from other, it's like the 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. Like it's believable, I guess, but watching them have sex is disturbing, man. I was like, I don't know, deeply like, like almost couldn't watch it. I was like, that's really, really hard to watch, man. That is, well, that's something disgusting.
That was really interesting because we've seen I think 2 or 3 sex scenes in this entire show. No one is enjoying sex, right? It's kind of like funny, like how sex is portrayed in this show. Like, the first time we see like a sexual act is Skylar giving Walt the hand job because she's obligated to, and then we see Walt and Skylar like vigorously, like having sex, but pounding, but like Skylar's confused and like what the fuck is happening, and like Walt is about to croak in that moment, right? Like he's about to fucking bite the dust, and then like right here, like Jesse's not enjoying this. He's very distracted, and like Wendy's obviously being paid.
He didn't even wear a condom, dude. That's awful.
Nope,
that's
rubber.
Disgusting.
No rubber. Walt's doing some decision making, right? He's got the let him live, kill him columns. Good stuff. He's trying to rationalize, and then like in the kill him column is he'll kill your entire family. And that's the only thing he needs, right?
Right.
Skylar doesn't believe Walt immediately when he starts lying about the car wash. She called Bogdan looking for him. Dude, that's kind of like stalkerish behavior. I'm sorry.
I mean, if he hasn't been home, I mean, because I started asking, I was like, dude, when he goes to bring him the sandwich and stuff, and I was like, what fucking time is it? I was like, because it's getting kind of late. Like, and I know she was like, you just stay the night wherever you're at, like, blah, blah, but still, like, he's been gone for at least like a full day. So, like, I get it. I mean, if you weren't answering the phone, I would call, I would call my girlfriend's work and be like, is she alive? She doesn't know. I mean, Skylar doesn't know if he's fucking dead or something or wherever the hell he's been.
I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that.
This is the mind of a single person, dude, that I'm thinking through. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have anyone who I love. I don't have anyone who loves me.
No, I could definitely see myself doing that. After 24 hours for sure. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think if they miss if they miss kind of like a routine situation, like,
I'll give them 6-7 days,
Yeah, maybe a month.
Yeah, maybe 6 years. Who cares?
Walt makes a sandwich for Crazy 8 after he hears his cries of hunger. And dude, I love how he even takes care to cut the crust off, right? Like he's treating him
Yeah.
like a human. He
That-
cares about Crazy Eight's enjoyment of the sandwich.
That is a sharp ass knife, dude.
Yeah.
It just slices through that shit. Like working at a restaurant, like I appreciate sharp knives. I saw that and I was like, ooh. I was like, that would peel an onion real quick.
Dude, that's
it's
literally fucking Michael Myers' knife.
that thing is so fucking sharp. But yeah, it's interesting seeing him, you know. And then he's like, Crazy Eight, what's your real name? He's like, Domingo. And he's like, I call you that. You know, it's like he wants to put a name to a face. I dig it.
Well, and I love like Domingo picking up on that, right? Like he's like immediately, you know, getting to know me is not going to make it much easier.
Right. I think I'm going to change what I said. I think he's trying to put a name to a face, but he's also trying to put a story to a face. Like he's also like, I want to know about you. I want to just, I think Walter's like, if I know more about you, I just won't be able to do it. Like it'll force me not to kill you. And ultimately it just doesn't work.
Yeah, no. Well, we're here, right? So he has a coughing fit, collapses on the stairs, shatters the plate. And again, because I've already seen this episode, I know that Crazy Eight has the shard in his possession, whereas you are watching this for the first time, which is, again, interesting. And it makes this, watching it again makes this interaction just all the more interesting and just so good, dude, like the second go around. Like Walt tells him he's got the lung cancer as he cleans up. And, you know, like he's got like Crazy Eight thinks that the sandwich is poisoned, and he's like, that would be the way I'd do it if you were to do it. And they share a few beers, right?
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be something like Walter gave him a sandwich that was laced with something that wouldn't react until he had a beer. So if he knew he was lying to him or knew he was going to kill him, he could just give him a beer and it would kill him and he wouldn't know it. And I was like, that would be interesting if there's like a compound thing there.
But at this point, Walt is still trying to be like, oh man, maybe I can still let him go. Like, you know?
Right. He's holding out like till the very last second. Like, but there is something interesting. The way they shoot it here, the way they shoot Crazy Eight is so, I don't know even know the words to describe the shot is they're so close and his eyes are so like, I don't know, like his guard is, it feels like his guard is down so completely, you know, versus this guy who we saw. Yeah, Crazy Eight. Like when they're sitting down and he's eating the sandwich and they're drinking the beer and they're talking about everything. It's like, dude, that's fucking crazy to see. You know, whenever he, you know, he's talking about, somebody in my situation would make promises like that, you know, but in my case, you know, you'll not know for sure or something like that. I was like, dude, it's incredible dialogue, and the way that they shoot him, he looks so compelling. Like you want him to be, you're starting to actually kind of like Crazy Eight. Like you're actually like, okay, this guy's interesting. So it's like, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to shoot him in the back of the head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you know? But still, yeah, I'm sure Lee Harvey Oswald and JFK could have gotten along at some point, but I don't, you know.
Doubt it. If you watch it again the second time, right, like you kind of like start to think, man, is Crazy Eight intentionally trying to make it look like his guard is down to try and gain Walter's trust, and, you know, resulting in Walter unlocking the bike lock and Crazy Eight killing Walt. Like, you know, there's just so much to this. Like, there's layers on this. Like
yes, deceptive layers. Stinks.
Stinks like fucking. Stinks like what I'd imagine Wendy's coochie smells like.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Her breath. That's the thing. That's what's gonna. Oh.
Yeah, it's like I immediately think of Maureen Ponderosa from It's Always Sunny with the dead tooth, and like Wendy's got like all of the dead teeth.
That is definitely like Wendy is like two small towns away from like a McPoyle. It's like that.
Wendy's drinking milk. She's not fucking inbred.
Yeah, she's just drinking milk and taking showers with her brother.
She's just like constantly like shaving her monobrow. Oh man. Domingo starts. Oh, dude. Cranston really sells the strain here, right? Like, sell me, he says, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Domingo starts getting into his history, studied business administration. He's got a degree, and, you know, Walt sits back down. Like, as soon as, like, Domingo says that, like, Walt's like, all right, we can have a conversation now. Turns out Walt purchased a crib from Domingo's father's store. I love them bonding over this jingle for the Tampico advertisement.
Right, you know? Yeah. It's really good, man. Like, and the way that they shoot Crazy Eight, he looks, when we first saw him, it's like, dude, here's this crazy, violent. This guy's got this dog. Like, do what?
You said here's this crazy, and I'm just like 8.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Like they shape him as just such a bad motherfucker, and then when you see him, he looks so young. Like he looks like a 16 or 17-year-old kid, like tied like with this thing around his neck. Like he doesn't seem like some 30-year-old guy who does and sells crystal meth and kills people. Like it's so strange. They make him, they depower him so much, and the performance is just amazing. From the actor, I didn't even look his name up, but he does a really, really good job. And like playing both those sides to the same character, I was like, man, I think you get a lot of good stuff from Cranston in the show, and I think that this is one of the few moments I've seen. I feel like I've seen someone hang with him in that moment, and I was like, dude, this is an incredible performance, and they're playing off each other so well. It's really good.
Well, here's an interesting little tidbit, and I don't know, like, I mean, look, we're still in the early days of Bad Crystal here, so I don't know if this podcast is going to be successful, but, if we end up finishing Breaking Bad, and like we do roll into Better Call Saul, like, we'll just play it by ear, I'm not making promises, whatever, this character and actor is in Better Call Saul, because Better Call Saul is a prequel. Like, like Better Call Saul, dude, after watching Breaking Bad, you'll have just such a great time. Like, it's like this guy is actually, we find out in this episode that he's a snitch, right? Crazy 8 is a snitch.
Right. I thought they were talking about his cousin, because his cousin had just gotten pinched. Okay.
It's Crazy
that's
8's
crazy.
car. It's
wow.
Crazy 8's car. Yeah.
Damn,
so
man.
Crazy 8 is the snitch, and we actually see Crazy 8 in Better Call Saul meet Hank and start to go down the path.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, look, it's somewhat of a minor spoiler, of season 5. So I apologize to anyone who hasn't seen Better Call Saul, and to yourself as well, Colin, because, I mean, you need to watch that show after Breaking Bad, because it's as good as Breaking Bad.
It's on the list.
Awesome. All right, man. So, where are we at? Domingo starts... Oh, wait, I already said that. Fuck. There's a level of coincidence here, right? Like, it may have been Domingo who served Walt at the store when he was buying the crib. Like, can you imagine just, like, traveling back through time like Marty McFly and being like...
You're going to strangle this kid to death in a basement over some crystal meth. Like,
fuck.
And just, if you could tell him, I would have to start fucking with him. I'd be like, yeah, and you're naked and you have a belt around your neck, too. It's really weird.
Exactly. And Walt just says, the paths we take, huh? Which is interesting, because Walt still considers himself the good guy.
Well, and I think that it's interesting when they start talking about, not to just like change the subject, when they're talking about Walt's cancer thing, and he's like, does Jesse know you have cancer? And he's like, nope, nobody but you. And it's like, damn, that's crazy. The first person in the word you tell is this guy who tried to kill you, and you tell him that you have
your
cancer.
Family. Like, Skylar doesn't know either.
Right. But it makes sense, though. It kind of makes sense just to tell somebody, just to A, get it off of your chest, but B, not have to deal with any repercussions or consequences from that person knowing. And I think that would, I don't know, I think that that would help a lot versus, if I had something and I were in Walt's shoes, I don't think I could tell my family first either. And I feel like I have to tell someone that I'm like friends with and just kind of, get it out and sit there with it for a while and then see what to do. But it's like, man, especially his family, dude, that I would, oh my God, you just neurotic, like just over every, oh man, I couldn't imagine like what Skylar's reaction is going to be to this shit.
Oof. It's a good pull, man. It's definitely a good point. I'm so glad you put that up, because I was like, I considered that, and I was like, I'm sure Colin's going to bring this up, so I'm just not going to talk about it.
I dig it a lot.
It's good stuff, dude. And here's something that's really wild. There's a similarity between Crazy 8 and Walt for a moment. Like, Crazy 8 explains he just said, fuck you, and quit the mattress store, right? Much like how Walt just said, fuck you, to quit the fucking car wash.
That's crazy. That's interesting.
That's some good shit, man. Again, like, I don't know how much of this is intentional, but this is why I love fucking talking about movies and shit,
Yeah, it's interesting either way.
Yeah. Walt says he's not ready to have the cancer conversation with his family. I'll write you a check right now if you let me go, says Domingo. What do you think about this? Do you think he leaves peacefully?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll leave just to, get out of there and then call somebody and they'll come back and kill both of them. Like there's like, I think that he'll leave peacefully and be like, hey man, it's cool. I think he probably has the plate just to stab him if he tries to come at him. But I mean, either you die now or you die in a few hours. Either way you're gonna die. It's either way is gonna happen. So it's like, I think he does leave peacefully, but he comes back with the fury. You know.
I agree. Like, you know, he comes back with the cavalry.
Right.
But Domingo manages to swing Walt, right? Like Walt actually says, "I'll go get the key," before he heads upstairs. Like Domingo was this close, dude. Like this close,
right,
to freedom. Oh, crazy. He goes upstairs, finds the broken plate, and pieces it together. Sees the jagged shard missing. What a moment, dude. What was going through your mind, right?
This is like watching Misery from Annie Wilkes' perspective.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's such a good pull, man.
But if Annie Wilkes had like a conscience and wasn't like sexually attracted, you know, to him, like there's something so interesting about that. And the fact that it's like a reverse, like, it's almost like I don't know, like a goofy 80s comedy kind of, I accidentally kidnapped my boss, like kind of thing. Like, but it's like this guy staying in the fucking basement who's like, "Hey man, you please help me, I'm dying." They're like, "Oh no." Like it's so funny how there's this horrible black comedy like spread throughout this whole shit of this guy dying in your basement who's just like like every few hours. It's so fucking dark, man. But what I love is I love like the humor juxtaposed with this dark shit of this guy dying in the basement and kind of like the dark humor of it. And it's not something that I've seen on, like, Sopranos had some kind of humor, but never this kind of humor. And I think these are two very comparable shows.
100%. But like, dude, when Walt pieces it together, right? Literally, he's piecing together the shards, the plate.
Right.
His reaction isn't terror. It's not like, "Oh fuck, this guy has a knife, he's gonna kill me." It's pity. It's right. "Oh fuck, I have to do this now after I've gotten to know him. Like, you know, after I've learned his real name." Like, it's so good because he's just like, you know, desperately like rummaging through the bin to find the shard. You know, it's like he's trying to find the reason not to kill him again.
I would just die if they started playing that Avril Lavigne song, like, "Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?" And it's just Walt staring at it like, no, acting like it's somebody
"Don't do
else.
This. Why are you doing this?" Oh god, in the background. Oh man, we need to create a supercut. That's so fucking good. He goes downstairs. He pretends that he's going to unlock Crazy 8. "So you're not angry?" Walt asks. And Crazy 8 says, "Live and let live," which, again, I have no idea what the fuck that means.
That's bullshit. This guy would have a live, laugh, love thing above his fucking door, you know?
Dude,
it's like,
there's a line in The Office when someone says "live and let live" to Dwight Schrute, and then Dwight's just like, "That doesn't make sense. Of course I'm alive." Walt yanks back the bike lock. Before he does, he says, "The moment I do, are you going to stick me with that broken piece of plate?" And that's interesting because it kind of like allows Walt to kind of like rationalize his decision as self-defense.
100%.
In his own head kind of thing.
Right. It's very fucking et tu, Brute. You know, he's like, "Oh shit, dude." Like, that's awesome.
We're so on the same page, dude. I fucking loved it. Why don't we start a podcast?
Yeah. It feels very like Roman, just this like unlocking this person and them stabbing you with a, I don't know, there's something about that. I dig it.
So good. Walt takes a hit to the leg before killing Crazy 8, and he says, dude, Walt's just whispering to himself, right? I'm sorry. Oh, just amazing from Cranston. Amazing.
It's interesting because it was like, I took that as him like apologizing to Crazy 8 and be like, "I'm sorry, I'm really like," and I do think Walt is genuinely sorry, like he really is. If he could let this guy go, he would. I don't know. I feel like this whole episode could have been like a 2-hour long movie. It would have been kind of not 2 hours, maybe an hour 90, like a
slow burn kind of thing. Yeah,
right. Something like Misery, like where you have one
like
guy,
Misery, like it is a misery situation. Yeah.
Right, like Aaron Paul, who's like, "I killed this motherfucker," and Walt's like, "Dude, I can't just kill this guy." Like, that's interesting. I dig that.
Well, 100%. Jesse returns to his house to find the RV completely empty. No Walt, no Crazy 8, and we get Gomi Gomi and Hank outside in the desert at the cook site. They're scoping it out. Dude, when they're in the trap car and like Hank's just so like, appalled at like the modifications to the car. It's like, you people used to be conquistadors for Christ's sake.
That's God, what an asshole, dude. I like cars like that. I think that's cool.
Oh yeah. Take away the hydraulic bullshit, the bouncing shit. I'm good. Like, it's a great car. Smells like a Dracar Noir factory in here. Fucking Hank.
Dracar Noir.
He finds the hidden compartment in the meth inside, and he says, "This ain't meth. It's too damn white." Right? Like, what a good play on Walt's name.
Yeah. Well, then, because I guess it's so pure, it's so clean that it's like,
right.
Yeah, fucking Hank's an asshole, man.
He is. Gomez deduces that someone killed their snitch, right? And like, that's just such a big kind of like mic drop of the episode. Like, Crazy 8 this entire time was a snitch.
Yeah, it kind of. I see, and that's what caught me off guard. Is it made sense to me if like the cousin got pinched and he was the snitch, but yeah, knowing that it's Crazy 8, like that's because now it makes it even worse. Of like, okay, well, who killed your snitch? Like because they're gonna come looking for that person. Like, man, that's even like getting rid of the bodies and shit and thinking you're done versus like, no, you're still not done. Like, it's a ripple effect from that stuff.
If anything, it's made it worse because now you've just attracted the fucking wrath of the DEA, right?
Right, 100%.
And they also find the gas mask that was left behind, which is also another big what the fuck moment. Walt's sitting at an overpass reflecting. How good is this dude? He's literally sitting at a crossroads. Literally sitting at a crossroads.
I was sitting there watching it like, go ahead and jump! Jump!
And we go back to the moment where Walt and the young woman are talking about the composition of the human body. What about the soul? Asks the woman. And Walt says, with finality, there's nothing but chemistry here.
That's interesting. Because, what do you think he's saying there? Do you think he's saying there is no soul, like there's no, like there's like, not like there is no God, like, like there is no God, but I mean, literally, like,
there is no God.
Right.
We know
but like, do you think he's saying like what is here is what is now, and that's what matters? Like, is he just like throwing out the whole like soul like conversation there? That's kind of what I picked up on, that he's very like the here and now.
It's interesting because I can't really fully answer this question without referencing the rest of the episode, rest of the show. But Walt so far is shown to be a very logical guy. Like, like there's no reference to God. Like, there's no reference to a higher power that he believes in. There's no reference to kind of like him believing in the soul or whatever. It's always about like, it's like numbers. It's like mathematicians, right? They believe in what they can see. Like, I'm a lawyer. I believe in the evidence. I believe in what I can see. I'm not going to go out and make these big leaps. So I think it's kind of like a look into like how Walt's mind works. It's kind of like this is what the body's made of. Like,
so strange to see a rational adult actually formulate opinions based off evidence.
Right, exactly, and not leap to conclusions, Marie.
Yeah.
Walt gets home, and the episode ends with Skylar. There's something I have to tell you. Boom. That's it.
Boom. One thing that's interesting about this that I was just thinking about is I'm almost done reading 11/22/63, the Stephen King book, and in that, there's like a character who comes from 2011 to 1960, and he meets this woman and they fall in love, and she asks him stuff about the future, and then I realize that is I am her, and you are James Franco from 11/22/6, because I am just referring to you from shit from the future. Like, and does this happen? You're like, oh, you'll have to wait. I can't tell you.
The more you know about the future, the worse it gets.
Right. So I think there's something interesting as well. As like, I don't sit down and I thought this was something interesting to bring up as well. I don't sit down and watch these like 2 or 3 or 4 times. The episode. Like, I am almost always fresh off of the episode and onto the microphone. Like, or did I say episode? Okay, episode and onto the microphone. And I think there's something, just what is your immediate impression versus someone who has like triple knowledge of like what's going on in the series and stuff like that. So
I just wanted to take a minute. I've researched everything and taken notes and shit. So
right, exactly.
I'm into it.
This is the easiest podcast I've ever done. I just watch shit now, and that's it. I don't even have to talk and like read shit off at the beginning. It's amazing.
Well, that's how I sell it to you, dude. Like, I sold it to you, being like, I'm like, all right,
you don't have to do
anything. Yeah, what do you think about starting this podcast? It'll take like an hour every week, and you don't have to do shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. But I mean, I'm just gonna jump with my closing thoughts.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I like the episode a lot. Again, it just keeps the momentum. There's something I really like that I can't believe I almost forgot to bring this up, but the thing about the show is that they don't just like, they could have combed over the whole cleanup and stuff like that. Like, they could have combed over all of that and just said, hey, this is a week later or something, whatever happens. But the fact that they didn't, and they actually show everything is like an immediate continuation of the last episode. Like, so far, I don't think there's ever been. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, like you're about to say, there hasn't been a time jump, right? Like, which is 100% correct. Like, the devil's in the details, right? Like literally, that's where this show kind of lives. Like, this show kind of like lives in the whole. We're going to go into the gritty, grimy details of this person and like what they're trying to do.
Right, and I like that a lot, and I think you see kind of where, everybody is. You see where Marie is, you see Hank, you see Walt Jr., you see Jesse, you see where literally every single person is, and where their like pieces are on the board right now, and how even when like it's like falling asleep with gum in your mouth as a kid, and you wake up and you have gum all in your hair, and your mom has to like cut part of your hair off. It's just like, in this effort to like attain this thing, you just make such a fucking like 10 times worse the mess out of it. And the fact that you still think it's over, but it's like, there's still just these tiny pieces of gum left in your hair, and like, that's what Hank is. I feel like Hank is going to become a big part of like, oh man. Yeah. Well, so I got this crazy ass guy who's cooking amazing crystal meth, and Walt's just kind of like, huh, that's weird. That's where I see the show going.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but yeah, it's a good point, man. I like that. I like that, like the trajectory you think it's going in. That's good. We played this at the end of the first episode. I'm going to do another word association for you.
Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting about these.
This is the second time. So this question is, which one of these is a big part of next week's episode? So you need to take the information that you've received in the first 3 episodes and take that, like, try and guess what's going on in the next one, right?
Okay.
So which one of these is a big part of the next week's episode? A big part of next week's episode? Because the last one was which one is not, and you chose marijuana, which was incorrect, I think. Or might have been correct. I can't fucking whatever.
I was incorrect because he smokes marijuana, and I thought it was heroin. The show is sponsored by heroin. But yeah, no, that's what it was last week.
Okay, gonna give you 4 words, right?
Hit me.
Here we go. Number 1, brother. Number 2, Mexico. Number 3, plane, as in airplane. Mm-hmm. Number 4, dentist.
Huh? Which one of these things is not like the other?
What? Yeah, one of these things plays a big part in next week's episode.
Okay, gotcha. I said which one of these does not play a big part. Okay, so which one of these does? So I got a 1 in 4 chance. I got 25% odds. That's not bad.
Yeah. Vegas.
Brother, I'm gonna say yeah because of Hank. Brother-in-law, close enough. And then dentist, Mexico, and what else?
Plane, like airplane.
Plane. That's right. Plane,
so wait, you say brother. So you say brother? Yes, is going to play a big part of the next week's episode.
I think so. If I had to guess, I'm just like brother-in-law, close enough. Brother-in-law, I don't know, close enough.
So not Mexico or plane?
I didn't say not dentist? Mexico. Now you're giving it away. So definitely Mexico.
I'm not giving anything away.
They're in fucking New Mexico. They're so close. It's like, and especially with the characters that we met so far, obviously there's a large demographic of people from Mexico, like they're in New Mexico and stuff. So I think it's interesting, but I would definitely say Mexico. And then what was shit? I can't remember. What was the first one?
Brother, Mexico, plane,
Mexico.
Dentist.
Plane, dentist. I'm going to say dentist.
And listen to the question. Which one plays a big part of next week's episode?
Which one plays a big part? You know what? I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to say dentist. Dentist plays a big part.
Lock it in. Let me just highlight that. Okay.
Let me just write this down real quick.
Yeah. So you don't change your fucking answer next week. No, all right, man. Awesome. Well, that's Bad Crystal, episode 3, man. That's it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Guys, it's been a blast. Zoheb, shut the fuck up. No,
close this out. Close this out. No, close this out. Thanks for listening.
It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. It's definitely something new for us, and we're glad to have you guys along for the journey. And the biggest thing that's going to help us out right now is if everybody can just go and spam that 5 stars and the ratings. Obviously, we just wanted to do the show and get it out to you guys, and kind of we had a unique spin on it that we thought that we could do. And I think this is still going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to help out so much if you guys go and spam that 5 star. Steal your siblings' phones, steal your spouse's phone, write 5-star reviews on there, spam steal phones and blow up our.
Actually, no, don't give them back. Don't give the phones back. Fuck it.
Yeah, don't give their phones back. Actually, hold their phones hostage and tell them if they don't give you 5 stars, you pull a Marie and you shoot them in the back of the head. No, but if you guys want to check us out, obviously we're Midnight Double Feature. You can find us on Facebook at Midnight Double Feature. You can find us on Instagram at Midnight Double Feature. You can find us on Twitter at MDF Pod. There's also the group attached to a Facebook page. It's called The After Party. Everybody's invited, and you can come find us there, where we post news and fun trailers and stuff like that. Danny with his polls, he's like a fucking Jedi master with those, man. I know so much information from movies that I didn't know people were in and shit just from his polls. And obviously, we've got our upcoming attractions episode, which is Zoheb and Matt Bella, and those are a lot of fun as well. But guys, definitely stop by, rate, review us on iTunes, shoot us an email, midnightdoublefeature@gmail.com, and let us know how we're doing. Zoheb, it's been fun. Guys, we will catch you next week. Thank you very much.